How's it going, everyone? So we have a big problem, and it's not our wide receiver group or the defensive group. Well, it is the defensive group in a way, but Eric Stokes has officially been ruled out of nowhere about 30 minutes ago. So apparently Eric Stokes came up and appeared on the injury report, was instantly ruled out with a hamstring injury. So we will be down Jair Alexander and Eric Stokes on the boundary, which means Carrington Valentine and Corey Valentine will man the outsides. Now, I don't think any of those corners will shadow Justin Jefferson, but if I were to choose, probably Carrington Valentine's because he's more on a in-your-face kind of corner, likes to press and kind of get physical with you, which is something I feel like Justin Jefferson kind of hinders him a little bit. If you look back when Jair on both games, when he played Justin Jefferson, yes, we're talking about an all-pro corner during that time frame, not this year. When he was kind of just, playing soft coverage, he was torched. Then came back instantly in his face, didn't entirely shadow him, but he did follow him and was in his face, was very physical with him, and pretty much shut down Justin Jefferson. Now, I don't know if it was just an anomaly, but I'd rather have an in-your-face kind of corner with someone playing over top to cover Justin Jefferson. That's my opinion. Joe Barry will probably play 20 yards off for all we know. But with the Eric Stokes news, I also feel like he might be placed on IR since it is a hamstring injury once again. And it seems like we're just competing with Kleenex over here because the amount of soft tissue injuries we've had this year is insane. So with Eric Stokes out and Jair out, the only people we have on our roster playing corner is Carrington Valentine, Corey Valentine, Robert Rochelle, who's currently questionable, so we don't even know if he's going to suit up. And then I've never even heard of this guy, David Long Jr. Then looking over at the practice squad, there's really no one. We have Benny Sapp III, who's a safety, so not really him. And then Zion Gilbert, a corner. So there's no depth. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Packers do. Now, if they put Eric Stokes on IR, which I feel like they probably should have, especially with it's a hamstring injury, that'll open up a roster spot. Now, I know in previous injury report videos I was talking about, they're going to make some decisions, and like these players, the 3 people on the 21-day practice window, they're going to have to make roster moves. Well, moving Eric Stokes to IR will now open up to where we have 2 slots. You could bring Luke Musgrave back if you wanted to. You could bring back Emmanuel Wilson. I still think Luke Tenuta doesn't really have an entire place here, but at least Luke Musgrave, depending on how you feel about him. I feel like they still won't, but they could surprise us just like this Eric Stokes injury. And then we also are probably going to have to dip into free agency to find another corner if we want to shore up some depth. Because, like I said, all we have is Zion Gilbert on the practice squad, and that's it. So what was going to look like a pretty rough time for the defense, it looks like it could potentially be even rougher. Now, we have been in a situation where we played the Vikings earlier this season without Jair Alexander or Eric Stokes. And, I mean, they had Kirk Cousins. They don't have Kirk Cousins this time. So there's that. But they didn't have Justin Jefferson last time, and they have him now. So I'm not very hopeful, especially with how Joe Barry's defense has been playing and Joe Barry still being employed as a Packer. But the Packers have until 3 p.m. to make any type of roster moves from the practice squad, so we have a few hours left to see what they potentially do. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.